What is up, guys? In today's video, I'm going to be going over things that you should do before Season 2. If you guys do enjoy this video, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more, and comment down below what level you got to in Chapter 4, Season 1. So, Season 2 is right around the corner. I believe there's like 9 days as of the time I'm recording this to when Season 2 will come out. So, these next few days are kind of pointless if you think about it. You know, if you get a few more wins this season, does it really matter? If you get a few more kills this season, does it really matter? Your crowns are going to reset next season anyways. So I think it's best to kind of take this time to try to improve upon things that can help you going forward, because we don't know how much the game is going to change in Chapter 4 Season 2. The first thing we're going to talk about is going to be learning different POIs. If you're like me, you kind of learn a few POIs when the map is new or when they first come out, and then you just kind of land at those same few POIs that you enjoy for the entirety of the season. And the places that you don't learn when the map is new or when that POI is just added, you pretty much never go to. So if there's any POIs that you just have never given the chance in Chapter 4 Season 1, like you just never went to them, you completely ignored them, you never learned them, now is a good time to do so, because we don't know how much the map is going to change next season. If you've only been landing like faulty splits, for example, right, that's the only POI you've ever landed at this entire season somehow, and then that is gone next season, you're going to be down bad pretty much, because the only place you like has changed. It's unlikely they'll change, you know, many locations, and that's why it's nice to know several different spots around the map. Not only will it be nice to learn the new locations when they come out, but having kind of backup spots or different places that you enjoy around the map can be nice, and it just can help you going forward in the long run. For me, for example, Chapter 3 Season 1, I pretty much never went Shifty Shafts until the end of the season. And then I started going there, and Shifty Shafts became one of my favorite POIs in all of Chapter 3. So if there's any places that you've just completely ignored on the Chapter 4 map, consider trying to land there and trying to learn them, just to give yourself new spots to land in the future. It'll make the game a lot more fun for you going forward into multiple seasons, especially if the spots that you like get taken out. And it'll just make the game more fun and more different for the next few days, the last few days of this season. The next thing we're going to be talking about is to try different weapons and playstyles. Once again, it's the same thing. If you've only been using a select few weapons this season that you enjoy, like you've only used Red Eye and Maven Auto Shotty, for example, let's just say those have been the two weapons you always use every game. While kind of keeping a consistent loadout can kind of be good to help you win consistently, it can also hurt you in the long run, because if the game changes and those items are no longer in the game or they're no longer meta, you could be pretty down bad. And this kind of happened last chapter. So Zero Build came out in Chapter 3 Season 2, and for Season 2 and Season 3 of Chapter 3, for Zero Build, the meta was pretty much Striker, Burst Rifle, and Auto Shotgun. There was the Drum Shotgun in Chapter 3 Season 2, but basically, you know, first person, no bloom AR, and then a high fire rate shotgun was the meta for a lot of Zero Build players. And there was a lot of Zero Build players who they came in for Zero Build, so that's all they knew. You know, they hadn't played the game before. They didn't have much experience using the other types of weapons. And then Chapter 3 Season 4 comes around. The Striker Burst Rifle is vaulted, and the Auto Shotgun is vaulted. So this changed the meta pretty considerably, because a lot of everyone had to use third-person bloom-based assault rifles like the Hammer AR, which a lot of players ended up enjoying, but that initial adjustment was hard for a lot of people because they had never really tried using the third-person bloom ARs. And then the same goes with shotguns. They never tried using the Striker Pump, the slower, harder hitting pump shotgun. So whatever your weapons that you've been using this season are, try to switch it up. You know, if you haven't been using any of the bloom based ARs, try using them. Who knows what the meta will be next season. And then same goes for shotguns. If you've been using the pump the entire time, try using the auto a bit, just in case next season is an auto meta, and vice versa. If you've been using the auto, try to get used to the pump, try to get used to weapon swapping, because the meta in the game of Fortnite changes pretty considerably over the course of the seasons. And this is also true with mobility. So the Shockwave bow currently isn't in the game as of the time I'm posting this, but I believe with tomorrow's update, it will come back. And so if you've only been using the Shockwave hammer for mobility this entire season, try using the bow, because who knows if the Shockwave hammer is going to be here next season, and the Shockwave bow augment still might be here. So being comfortable with that and being familiar with that can benefit you. And you've even seen this already happen this season, because some people preferred the bow to the hammer the entire time. And I know people who had just never really used the hammer. They always used the bow. Most Wanted update comes out, the bow is gone, and now the hammer is even more valuable. So just being comfortable with like a variety of different weapons that are in the game is really beneficial. And this is one advantage that kind of like people that have been playing Fortnite for several years have, because a lot of throughout Fortnite, the metas have changed, the loot pool has changed. And so some weapons get unvaulted, some weapons get vaulted. But if you have experience using like that style of weapon, it's easy to catch back up once it does eventually come back. The next thing we're going to talk about is just going to be to optimize settings. I posted a video on this yesterday, but if you feel like your settings are not optimal, like your sensitivity could feel better, maybe you just never changed it and it's on default, or you feel too slow at times, or you feel too fast at times, now is a great time to adjust that, because like I said at the start of the video, who really cares if you win a few more games this season, or if you get a few more crowns this season, or whatever, you know? You might as well take this time where the game is probably stale to you anyways, to like learn stuff that's going to help you in the future. That way when chapter 4 season 2 comes around, you're even better, and it's going to be even more exciting to grind. So if you feel like your sensitivity isn't great, or your keybinds aren't great, or whatever settings that you use that like you kind of have wanted to change for a while but you didn't feel like adjusting to it while the season was new, I think now is a great time to do that. Like I said, I did post a video about the sensitivity more in depth yesterday. And the final thing is just going to be your battle pass. So your level resets at the start of the next season, and if you don't fully level the battle pass, you can't get those items. So try to get to as high of a level as you can get to get the bonus rewards. Make sure you spend your battle stars, and then also the challenges for the Geralt from Witcher, that will expire next season as well. So everything related to the battle pass, you only have a few days left to get it, and once the season ends, you won't be able to get it anymore. But that is going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys found this helpful and informative. If you did, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more, and comment down below what level you got to in Chapter 4 Season 1, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. I mean, everybody's lobbies are sweaty, Lightwax. It's just perception. Like, it's sweaty for them, you know? Like I was saying, you could have a bunch of average players fighting, and for people who are very good at the game, that would be seen as, like, you know, an easy lobby. But for them, it is hard. Like, everyone isn't lying when they say, like, their matches are sweaty. It's just perception, you know? It's like weightlifting, bro. I don't even weightlift at all, so I don't even know, like, a good comparison. But you could give me an amount of weight that's heavy for me, and then, like, some jacked bodybuilder guy would be like, that's nothing. But it's just, like, all relative. Just because they can lift it easily doesn't make it any less difficult for me to lift it. Bro, how many Black Knights have we killed this game? It's like 2 or 3. That's the first ever max tier skin. The Season 2 Battle Pass was only 70 tiers, but that was the max skin. It was actually harder to get to max tier back then, too. Like, I think you had to do the challenges. Like, you could get a certain amount of tiers from leveling. You could get a certain amount from doing the challenges, and there was also like a weekly like battle star you had to collect. Dude, imagine he no-scoped me there.